Press T, don't fire. Get the officer, he's almost dead.
Here we are with a 260 player grand campaign event for you. We're back. We've been gone the past 2 weeks from this event, but glad to be back. First round is going to be the Union camp between the 42nd Pennsylvania's token and the 59th New York's token, followed up by our second round, which is going to be the Westwoods between the Pickett's Brigade token and everyone on the CSA campaign. Union regiments for today are as follows, followed up by the CSA regiments on the other end. With all of that in mind, here is the actual server population as is, 260 on the dot. CSA right now up by 6 on the Union side. In terms of artillery, each side has the option. Union not taking any, CSA taking 5. So the infantry in balance is going to be 1 in favor of the CSA side. Frontline reporters for today, Union perspective, you have Morgan here from the Hamptons Legion, and then on the CSA side, you have Kempson from the 42nd Pennsylvania. Appreciate these guys so we can see what's going on the ground walls, seeing what is going on in the sky. And if you're playing in this match, send me a link to your perspective, and we can place that in the pinned comment of the video. So, Union camp was about a 10% advantage to the attacking CSA side. However, due to the ticket balance changes the developers did about 2.5 months ago, which at this point might just stop mentioning them entirely, the ticket balance changes, but they went from a 10% advantage to the CSA attacking side to a now 14% advantage to the defending Union team. So Union gets a 24% buff in tickets there. And they needed it badly. This map heavily favored towards the CSA side for a multitude of reasons. One of the biggest reasons, though, on this map is due to the regiments. Union has the first United States sharpshooters, considered a special regiment, so only has 1 flag or its entire regiment compared to what you normally see with regiments in this game that have 2 companies and therefore 2 flags, like the other Union regiment in this game, the 32nd Ohio. 32nd Ohio has the option of the Springfield 61 and the Lorenz, the first United States sharpshooters. Again, a special regiment. They have the Sharps rifle, and the NCOs have the scopes. And you can see them over here, especially that scoped one. Isn't that beautiful? So, CSA side, on the other hand, they also have a special regiment. They have the 1st Virginia Cavalry, which has the option of the Sharps Carbine, but they also have the option of the Colt Army pistol and the sword. So that's a huge advantage for CSA there, is the CSA's special unit, the 1st Virginia Cavalry, has the option of pistols and swords. Union doesn't have that, and so pistols are a huge advantage to have in combat. Nonetheless, on top of that as well, the CSA attack has the 4th North Carolina Regiment, with the option of the Enfield, the Springfield 55, but more importantly, the Springfield 42 acts as a shotgun. So, not that, you know, in a longer shootout like this, buck and ball, the 42 might not be the best option per se, but if the fight gets into the camp, where the point of contention is, you can see it out in the distance there, Springfield 42s are going to become a little more important there, and CSA has that option, Union does not. So, we'll see how things kind of play out here on the ever-changing battlefield here. Union defensive line from the extreme right to left. Looks like Russian legions holding that side down with Pickett's Brigade to their left. Meanwhile, a little further left, you got the 3rd United States mixed in with Colquitt's Brigade. Some 1st Delaware. I see a couple Pickett's Brigade guys, although they might just be spawning in. Meanwhile, kind of on the left side of this, you got Hampton's Legion forming a... I was saying a little L, but now they're trying to face off against the CSA forces who are using the rocks often to the side of the map for a flank. I am a little sick as well, and maybe it's just I'm hearing myself, but if I sound a little off as well, that's why. Don't we love feeling sick? It's a beautiful thing. But extreme left side of this Union team, you got the Free States Brigade, kind of skirmishing it out, and then you got the conscripted Virginian Army, 59th New York should be in the mix somewhere, but nonetheless, opposite side of things for the CSA group, we saw these guys skirmishing, they back off. It's the 11th Mississippi, looks like they're taking the 1st Virginia Cavalry, with the CSA battery located next to them. Further forward here, in the wood line here, looks like you got 30th North Carolina, Donald Trump pushing forward here with the Kentucky Outlaws set up behind him for now. And then kind of on the extreme left side, you got more of the 11th Mississippi, who's taking the normal infantry. The special regiments, 1st Virginia Cavalry and the 1st United States Sharpshooters are capped to a certain number of manpower. And then the left side, you got 7th Michigan, 17th Michigan, Hood's Division mixed in there. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. It looks like 30th North Carolina pushed up Hampton's Legion, or is pushing up with Free States Brigade. A little charge here.
Hey, Shell, don't run. Don't fucking run, HL.
Sorry, whoever I killed.
So a little inconsistency from Union there in terms of if they want to hold or fall back, but here comes 11 Mississippi with a Cav. And just like that, Cav doing Cav things. Kentucky Outlaws joining in this as well, and they're pushing up. They're trying to get Hampton's Legion flag down. CSA slightly down on tickets, which, I mean, Union has more tickets overall. You expect them to win the shootout, so CSA is going to, you know, the advantage for the Union team on this map is if the Union team can keep distance, they should be fine.
The whole CSA team is coming, run.
Run, Ghost.
Oh my gosh, it's their whole team, run away.
Good job, Pence. Oh, he gets another one.
Hey, get back here, pussy.
So, the advantage for the Union team is if they can keep distance with CSA, they should do fine in the shootout. Union, all things considered, I mean, they have a nice defensive hill here that they can use as a defilated position. And I mean, they don't have the close-range weapons. So if the Union team can keep this a further distance battle, they should win out. Generally, in a shootout at distance, teams generally trade evenly on kills, which is what I've seen historically. Just because there's so many variables going into if someone's shot actually hits that generally it's an even trade, right? So if it's even trade in kills, that means it's an even trade in tickets. And since we know the Union team has a 14% advantage in tickets, this was due to the ticket balance changes. The devs laid out all the math, so we figured out the exact number, or roughly what that number is. But if it's an even trade on kills, even trade on tickets, Union has more tickets, they should win out, which is what we're seeing right now. Union's up by over a fourth of the morale stage right now. CSA has to make this battle close. Now, you can kind of understand what CSA wouldn't want to be so aggressive, right? They're down 14% on tickets. You know, you don't want to have a really bad charge and it go wrong, right? But you're going to have to do it at some point anyways to capture the point. And it plays into the CSA's advantage of having the Springfield 42 and the pistols. That's the biggest thing. Again, they can keep this a shootout if they want, but so far it's not working. I mean, we're, 8.5 minutes into the round here since it started. So it should become fairly obvious that the shootout's not working. So, I mean, probably expect CSA to get a little more aggressive. Like we saw with 11 Mississippi, Kentucky Outlaws, and 30th North Carolina.
Try to spawn people over here, Doug, and they'll
keep up the fire. It's because it's easier shots to hit.
Behind the rock, gotcha.
Well, I mean, Union, understandably is mostly on the right side of this map, right? They got the hills and whatnot. I mean, CSA, they could push over here, but it is over a wide open field.
FSB, we're leaving. FSB, we're going. See you later.
Alright.
So at least Hampton's Legion backs off. Free States Brigade staying there. Kentucky Outlaws, 11 Mississippi still skirmishing it out on this side. 11 Mississippi Cav, I should say.
They're falling back.
They're falling back?
Yeah. Hey, look, it's the three corporals of the three different parts of the Kentucky Outlaws.
But you gotta wonder when they're gonna push the pace. I mean, they're starting to inch out of this woods a little more. 7th Michigan, 30th North Carolina. They have GB in front of their name. They're part of Garland's brigade, but they are definitely, at least to my knowledge, the larger of the groups in that brigade.
Independent fire down this line right here.
Also, too, this is a campaign event, and the Grand Campaign. So there could be stuff on the tabletop that is making CSA not want to play aggressive. Who knows? I don't go to those campaign tabletop stuff. I mean,
Looking good, GB. Keep it up. And up fire.
recording events as is right now, you know, it takes an hour and a half, and then the post stuff is, then the pre stuff, you know, 2.5 hours there. And then you add the coordination on top of that. That's like another 30-45 minutes. Which is, you know, it's kind of wild to think about. I mean, a lot of these regimental leaders, they have coordination an hour before the event. The event then starts. Event takes an hour and a half, roughly. You know, that's 2.5 hours right there. Then you get groups like Army and Northern Virginia playing, you know.
See him, guys.
What
Plenty
is
of
it?
smoke to shoot at, guys. Keep it up.
7 events a week, so you can imagine the amount of time that people spend. I mean, heck, just look at the amount of videos I've posted on this channel. It's absurd. So it's like, oh geez, I don't even know the exact number. I don't even know if I want to look. It's like trying to look at how much money you've spent on Steam. It's like, ugh. But anyways, 11 Mississippi, they're pushing forward with the Cav. They got pistols out. And they stop a little close to the Union lines, starting to get a shootout going here. For the 1st United States Sharps and the 1st Virginia Cavalry, those Sharps, they're really good at shooting, right? They have half the reload time of your normal rifle in the game. However, they're really short. And they got pistols out. Hampton's Legion's playing with fire here. And they don't take, well, they take like 3 or 4 casualties there.
Man, you got good aim. We
got posted 1,336 videos. Holy crap. That is absurd. Oh well, it's a fun hobby.
Left side is too clumped up. Gentlemen, move
So, shootout, it's still growing in Union's favor. Union up about 1/3 of a stage right now. 11 Mississippi Cav is still plunged up in there. CSA's not really pushing the pace. We've seen the Union camp, at least in the past month, I've seen it like 1 or 2 times. And at least I remember one of those times, it was the EU events too. One of the times, CSA team, they pushed up right here and Union just surrounded and shot in and wiped them all. Which is, again, maybe why they're a little hesitant. Just because, again, the ticket balance changed and some of the past couple of results have been a little more difficult for CSA, so playing a little cautious. 11 Mississippi Infantry is pushing forward. Their Cav is still in there. No surprise that 11 Mississippi at least trying to push the pace. Again, getting a little closer. As, I mean, the Union lines are backing up slowly here.
Spread it out, two-man spacing. Yeah, spread out to the right. Spread out to the right. If you're going to spread out to the right.
Spread it down here.
I mean, for anyone that needs XP, this is a good round for it, that's for sure. Especially with that scope. And when they did that accuracy update, I think it was maybe for all guns, I don't remember. But they made the guns 100% accurate. So if you shot, wherever you shot, your bullet went straight. No drop, nothing. Phenomenal day for those with scopes. They reverted that pretty quickly. So when they did the bullet accuracy change, they were supposed to be like, decrease the bullet spread by like 60%, depending on the weapon. Minimum of 60% anyways. But they did 100% for all the guns. Not the greatest thing, that's for sure. More CSA pushing up with the 11 Mississippi.
Okay, thank you.
Kentucky Outlaws, 7th Michigan, 30th North Carolina here. Again, just making their lines a little close to the Union team, which you wonder if they're going to start spawning in with the 42s. They might not still. At least this guy here, Reckless, has a 42. Gandalf, you know, something, doesn't have it though. But the Monkey Man doesn't have it, and that's why he died there. You got to spawn in with the 42s. You actually don't die with the... I'm kidding. If only. More CSA pushing up. 12th Virginia as well. 42nd Pennsylvania here as well.
As you spawn 42nd on the left. Why am I out of line? Give me in line. Why does it say I'm out of line?
Because the game's broken.
Hydrate, can you stand?
As he spawn, extend it left. As he spawn, extend left.
So CSA team nearly as a whole is pushed up out of the woods. Again, getting into a close range shootout with the Union team. Union still intending to hold this position. Haven't seen a full team CSA charge yet, which you would think, I mean, tickets aside, you would think it would favor the CSA team, just because, again, they have the pistols, right, and they have the 42s. It'll work wonders at close range, especially if you charge in, you can get your shot off anyways.
Come on, guys. Your better shots. Your better shots, boys.
Come on, boys. Keep up the pressure, boys. Left. Come on, boys. We're better than this. Lay into them. We've got the rate of fire. Kill them all. Dude, they are right there.
Yeah, we have enemies to the left.
Go back to Richmond.
Oh! Nice arty shot there. Yeah, the battery's on this. Well, okay. You know, I talk about a charge and then miss this.
Real west side. West side.
Well, looks like a lot of the Mississippi Cavalry into the conscripted Virginia Army. They got pushed out. Here comes the rest of the team.
6, 7, 6, 7. Give me that. Union pussy.
Get into him. Get into him. Goddamn
Rebels hold.
Shoot them in the back. Shoot them in the back. Give a shot. Shoot them in the back.
Recover, recover, third, recover.
Aw. So, huge hold by the Union team. Union did a really good job. CSA kind of thrust it in the center. The Union flanks, at least the right flank, was able to wrap around and hit behind. And Union side pulls out a win there. One CSA flag down right now. You do got 17th Michigan, or Midwest Brigade, now pushing up. I don't know what they intend to do here. They should at least try to get the flag, which, do they, CSA have 2 flags down? That'd be bad.
Here they come. Here they come.
Protect the colors, protect the colors.
Here they come. Here they come.
Kill him up! Kill him up!
Left, left, left.
Hold this fucking app.
Look around, gentlemen, please.
Race these Confederate.
T.
Oh, sorry. Yep, please.
Hit T. Do not TK. Try
So,
to
alas, they don't get the flag out. So,
To the flag.
5-minute despawn timer on the down flags. I don't know whose flag was down there. I reckon it's a CSA flag, but looks like it was picked up over here. I mean, flags ever so important here. Obviously, they're always important, but this, especially for the special regiments, 1st Virginia Cavalry, 1st U.S. Sharps, they only have 1 company for their regiment, unlike your normal companies, which have 2. So, and I mean, that's the thing, too. You know, it's more important, I'm going to say that, it's more important for teams to have their flags up when you only have 3 companies versus 4. And the reason is, right, the Cav and the Sharpshooters, they're only limited to a certain amount of guys unless they turn that restriction off. But look at the other companies, right? 71 in Company A for 4th North Carolina, 70 for 32nd Ohio Company A. Down, yeah, 51-46. So, I mean, instead of a whole side being able to roughly evenly split up among 4 companies, right? You really bottleneck most of your team into 2 flagpoles, so the spawns take forever. You knock down a flag, you're not getting your team back. So, it's very important to keep those flags. 11 Mississippi pushing up. Brother Thule picks it up. I think he lost his Cav, though, because he picked it up.
Duel, what's up?
We got it.
Is this the flag of freezeness? Okay. 2 guys picked it up. 2 guys freeze.
No, you're not getting that flag.
Nice shot, Doug. What the? They picked up the flag and they froze. So CSA returned to the fire. I mean, haven't talked about it yet, but look at the tickets. I mean, Union up by over 3/4 of a stage right now.
Yeah, soft hands.
That is rough. Again, you'd think the charge would help, but I guess not.
Look.
Take care.
Take aim!
There you are.
My God!
Hello. Was that the last star that you went
I mean, I guess part of it too is to, I'm gonna
It's always
look
the
up
last
what
star you
the difference
Yeah,
was between it before the charge and after the fact.
Switching keys and buckets.
I mean, it was about a fourth to a third of a stage difference, so that Union ticket lead like doubled during that charge.
I think it's all about stupid because of victim mentality.
You're terrible. You're a terrible person.
Keep up the independent fire.
I'm just messing with you, dude. This is funny.
Yeah, shot fire, get ready to advance.
Alright, stupid, I'll die for you, dude. Bayonet down by your side.
I wait.
You gotta let me in.
There's really nothing to shoot at.
No, we're gonna move up.
Yeah, Union's playing that well. You hear it down there? I mean, it's very difficult to see a lot of that Union side is deflated, only popping up to take shots. At least that Union Reg there in the distance. They weren't shooting over here, but someone's charging out CSA battery. How dare you? Hampton's leading. You're having the dreaded pop-up.
Shoot every. Fall back, fall back, fall back.
Yay!
Fall back to the car,
There's one pop-up in the game that you can't turn off. And it is that artillery pop-up. And it's going to pop up in a second once Hampton's Legion leaves. It should anyways. There it is. So, right as CSA retakes. They're already. CSA starting to push it here. So just trying to get up to those initial positions when they originally pushed up onto the hill here. CSA, it's taking losses. And a lot of difficulty for the CSA team right now. Cav is starting to push up here. Just trying to unload those pistols. Now they're starting to drop them.
Get back in there, get back to the wall.
Infantry then moves up. Nice arty shot.
Press him up.
Что не видели того, как мы отстаивали этот камень. Не заряжаться, штыки вперед.
Cavalry man. Give me your 11.
Hold here, make sure they don't get the flag. Hold the head, Hold.
Right.
Fall back, HL, fall back, HL.
Get that guy.
Well, Union holds that charge. CSA basically holds the counter push, although their flags are backing out. And that was a nice little action from CSA there. I liked it, and I don't know if it helped them in tickets, which is really what matters in the end. But it looks still about the same, roughly. Actually, it might have gotten a little closer, but yeah, they got their shots. They set the cav up. Pistols put in some work. Already hit a great shot, and once that happened, the rest of the infantry charged in, and they did some good damage.
Вообще-то я навел.
HL over here on the big tree, get your full kits on the big tree, HL.
Подожди, кто такой расист? Расист это тот, кто против русских?
Потише. Сейчас начнутся, блять, разговоры. Не в ту сторону. Заряжаемся, примыкаемся.
Hampton, south-southwest, break your reloads on the move, let's go! Try to catch up and get into a column as we're moving.
Get the moving, HL, south-southwest. Wonderful, man.
So, both sides are setting here. Looks like a lot of the CSA team is moving around to the Union left side now. CSA could try to wrap around and get behind the Union. The concern, though, right, they can capture this point whenever they want. If they early cap it, though, the roles flip. Union becomes the attackers. CSA becomes the defenders. because CSA is defending Union's counterattack and trying to retake the point, assuming Union team's not in breaking or last stand. So if they're in breaking or last stand, if CSA captures the point, they instantly win. Nonetheless, though, the concern for CSA is if they early cap on this point, at this time, Union could try to push them in the last stand, which there'd be plenty of time to do that. And if they do that, they could retake point and win. And that's the thing for CSA, right? CSA is trying to get around them. Time and tickets are both an issue for the CSA team. You can give yourself more time by early capping, but again, you flip the roles, CSA becomes the defense, Union goes ultra aggressive on CSA, knocks it in the last stand and retakes, they could win the game. So CSA not in a great place. It's good to at least see them try something else, but I hope that they charge into the camp. Now, a lot of the Union team is not really reacting to this yet. I mean, you have some going further out to the north-northeast. The only immediate Union groups that are pushing forward here is Hampton's Legion, Free States Brigade, and Conscripted Virginian Army. And CSA might have an opportunity here to roll through Union here if they keep going, but they're stopping, maybe waiting for the rest of the team to show up. I mean, the problem is at this point, I just don't know if they have enough time to shoot the Union down to breaking, which is a morale stage and a half away for the Union team in 18 minutes.
Hey, you see that flag, fellas? Take it down.
7 Michigan up here on the caissons.
Yeah, Bubba's to the right.
Excuse me. If you don't see them from this station, just like slightly step to the left and you can shoot directly down that alleyway.
GB, move it up. Right side caisson.
GB guys, move up.
Forward to the right, that's your
Keep
start.
shooting the boys east. Keep shooting the guys on the point.
That's your start.
So, Union not really reacting. I mean, honestly, right, this is a great play by Union. You know, thinking about it a little more, right? If CSA early caps, to give themselves more time, Union could just push them down to the last stand and win the game. But, which, that's great for Union, but also Union's just keeping the distance, still forcing the CSA to charge at the position of their choosing. I mean, CSA is going to have to charge the defensive position that the Union's won twice on, or they're going to early cap point. Both are bad for CSA, or have been bad, right? CSA charging the Union lines there, failed 2 times, right? CSA early caps, then Union can push them down to the last stand. This is a good play by Union. You know, initially I was like, oh, they're not really pushing over, but thinking about it a little more, it makes sense.
Holy shit, bro. I was running, I just so fucking
So, I mean, it's killing time for Union. Union's not taking many ticket losses. They haven't really taken as much this whole round, to be fair. But Union playing this out decently well. Colquitt's Brigade starting to shift over again. It seems like they're just going to put a little fire, but really keep their distance. Union's taking over CSA battery, and we keep getting the dreaded pop-up. Union's charging... Who's charging out the... Artie here. Pickett's Brigade there. So more of the Union team starting to shift over here. I mean, that's the thing too for CSA is that if they're a little slow with it, with the attacker just stop, Union has time to figure out what they want to do and then react, which Union's now starting to react a little more, pushing this way. You got 17th Michigan and 12th Virginia here. I thought I saw a 12th Virginia attack. Yeah, I did see one, but it's only one. But they're kind of almost in a pincer fire here with Colquitt's Brigade on one side, Union in the tents in the other. Looks like you got some 11th Mississippi infantry pushing up center.
Run, shrink, run.
Hi, Catman. I want a new revolver. Hey, give me that revolver. You can't reload anymore.
So a little charging here and there from the 11th Mississippi. And Union team not fiercely defending. I mean, obviously they had the little charge there, but it's not like the rest of the Union team backing it up here. I almost wonder if Union team wants CSA to early cap to try to push them to last stand.
We'll engage them.
I mean, the officers of this event, they have a Steam chat, so if they want to communicate with each other, they gotta talk over that. We won't really be able to hear the strategy in game, which is a little unfortunate because you gotta wonder what CSA's thinking at this point. Neither option's great, and honestly, the least of the worst options, in my opinion, is to try to play aggressive and charge Union out. But CSA's only sending like a group or two out right now. 17th Michigan and 11th Mississippi. Those two groups going out right now, and they're just kind of getting shot to crap. Union's taking losses. CSA basically down a morale stage right now. I mean, the shootout hasn't been working. It's just shifted to a different direction now, which, if the cover for both sides are fairly similar, this should still work out well for the Union team.
Oh shit.
So it looks like you got a look again. CSA Cav pushing up. 30 United States trying to hold it off. Some Pickett's Brigade.
Alright, charge him out, charge him out. Let's go.
Charge him out, boys! Fucking kill him!
30 United States will hold that there. CSA, it's breaking.
Tuck it in, tuck it in. Tuck it in, tuck it in here.
Stay on your star, HF!
I mean, it's very much possible CSA could try to hit the Union team down to breaking. Actually, 12.5 minutes is a good amount of time to shoot them down to get that. I mean, the concern, though, for CSA, right, is morale stage difference. You need to get Union down to morale stage. You haven't won the shootout, though. Union's been able to slowly win you out on that, which means you're going to hit final push before the Union hits breaking, which means even though there's 12 minutes left, and that's a lot of time to shoot your opponent down, if, let's say it takes 6 minutes to shoot someone down. Again, I don't know if that'll be it. That seems a little fast, but if it takes 6 minutes, right, for both sides to, or for CSA to drop down a morale stage and Union like 3/4 of a stage, then that 6 minute timer might go down to like 2 minutes. So it's just the final push timer could limit the amount of time CSA has attacking here, which makes the shootout a little concerning. I mean, if the shootout goes for, you know, 10 more minutes here, and then CSA drops the final push, then it won't be the worst thing in the world, just because that final push timer won't affect anything. Looks like CSA Cav is charging again. So they're getting a couple kills again. 11 Mississippi, really now the only group that's going in here trying to do something. CSA's just got to charge. I don't know. I mean, actually, it now almost looks... I mean, it does look like CSA has a slight ticket lead. So maybe they don't need to worry about shooting down or hitting final push before Union hits last or breaking.
Holy sweet mother Teresa.
42nd Pennsylvania is pushing in now. They're trying to hit a Union group in the camp, maybe.
Brace right.
Enemies there now.
This is enemy, Dave. No rose.
Hold. Counter-charge.
Coquelicot's Brigade sweeps up the rear side, knocks him back, rush to the CSA. Looks like they're going to try to get involved here. Here they go.
Behind us, guys.
Oh, wow, look at this guy. He's putting out his...
So Union team edges out on the charge there. You do have a couple CSA guys on point. A mix, I mean, 3 different regiments are in the vicinity here. So, alright. Union, I mean, relative to CSA hitting final push and Union hitting breaking, looks like Union's up slightly more. So, if you're CSA at this point, I think you get formed up and just do one last charge. Or it might not be the last charge. It might be second to last charge. CSA might have enough time to do a second charge. But if you shoot it out, you haven't won the shootouts today. So as a result, you would probably hit final push before Union hits breaking. And that, you know, that can be fine in some circumstances. But CSA might be able to get off 2 charges if they form up and then charge. Or if they form up now and then charge, respawn and charge again. Versus if they were to reform, shoot it out for a while, hit final push before Union hits breaking, and then only have time for 1 charge and not really have any more time after that to form up and do anything else. Which, I mean, CSA is still holding out here. They got 2 flags here. A 3rd flag looks to be down here for the CSA side. A lot of the CSA team pushing out of Maine, and they are a little scattered here. 42nd Pennsylvania is going to go in against a lot of this Union team.
Do not go left.
And I don't like this. I mean, I guess they're maybe trying to get that flag out. But CSA needs to avoid hitting final push right now.
Get in there.
Hey, get off my tent. This is my tent. That's crazy.
More CSA are going in now. Hoods, I mean, looks like CSA just had spawn in and go, but they're so spread out, this is just not going to work at all. What do you got? 7th Michigan backs off. Hood's division going in, getting wiped. Kentucky Outlaws, 17th Michigan now going in. And CSA its final push. The clock drops to 4:03. Infinite spawns, the limited time though. Actually, that was a higher drop timer than what I would have thought it would have been. CSA from the Kaysan artillery position now charging.
I'm starting to think we might actually beat these bastards.
Stand! Hold your ground, mate! Not 1 step back!
Catch charge, Doug says catch charge.
If Union team can knock the CSA flags down, all 3 of them here, Union will win the game. They went on that front. You do have a couple CSA who slipped through. They're on point. 17th Michigan and Kentucky Outlaws. You do have some Union, 3rd United States.
Behind you.
They're going to push up, though.
Get here! Charge him out! Get him, boys!
Run him down!
Oh, friendly.
So Union are breaking. If they lose point, if CSA captures, they win the game. Looks like this Union charge out here didn't work, and CSA is trying to surge through on this side. CSA no time to hit Union down to last stand. They're going to have to capture point within 2 minutes and 41 seconds to try to win the game.
Keep going. Get this flag. Come on.
Run. 50. Go right. Yep.
West!
Kill this burger.
Get in on, boys. Race, boys.
Race! Form a line and fucking race, boys! We got it!
Let's go.
So, 1 CSA flag gets knocked down on the backside. I don't know who this Con the Tank, Pickett's Brigade. It looks like a couple of those guys got a CSA flag down. 2nd flag down as well, although it should be picked up. A lot of CSA moving out from spawn, but CSA has just been so spread out, and they're not going to be able to break through a Union team who has one objective, and that's to stand and hold on the point.
Okay. Did I stab you? Fuck, I'm sorry.
I mean, unless there was a crazy CSA arty shot, but the CSA artillerymen are charging in. Saw a couple of their guys doing it. CSA's, I mean, they're just trickling in.
Let's go, boys. Let's fucking hold them, boys.
Yes, sir.
That giant demon. The dragon. What happened?
Shoot them. They're all northwest north. Northwest north.
Anything that's trying to use enemy, just shoot it. I don't care.
Hey, just shoot it, boys.
Just line them up. Line them up. Line them up.
Shoot him in the face. Shoot him in the face.
Get that flag up. Get that flag up.
And shoot through the tents too, as you just saw with that CSA flag getting shot down.
Watch out. Fall back again. Hard cover, defense 54 kids. Make sure the pistols don't come through. Make sure the pistols don't come
Fill the gaps. I don't care what regiment you're in. Fill the gaps.
CSA, some of them starting to turn, trying to maybe get around Union's flank. 30S is here.
Engage. Countercharge.
Hey, Johnny Red. Don't let him go. Don't let him go. You. It's happening.
And Union's counter-charging out to make sure no CSA can get on point to even force it overtime. Also just got a couple kills here. Really good win by the Union team here.
You ain't stopping us, Johnny Red.
We did it, boys. We did it. We fucking did it.
So, really good win on part of the Union team there. CSA started the round by trying to make it more of a shootout, which, according to the ticket balance numbers, that wasn't going to work. It did not work. And so they eventually had to get aggressive and charge. They pushed up onto the opposite side of the hill that the Union was holding on. Eventually charged a second time. It didn't work. Did not work. Union even grew their ticket lead. CSA then tried to wrap around, go to a different approach, which is a good idea, but at that point in the round, the Union team was up so many tickets. It was like 3/4 to a whole morale stage. And there was limited time, too, that the Union team didn't really need to press CSA getting around their flank. You know, CSA either would early cap, or CSA would have to charge Union on a ground of their shooting, which CSA sent out like 11th Mississippi, 17th Michigan to try to do some damage. That's not really going to do much because they're only tiny groups that get their cab, but even then they're going into an area heavily outnumbered. And then just a bunch of charges happened in the end there. Union side holding them all pretty well. They had the tickets to do so. They just had to win it, and win it they did. You know, despite the advantage of weaponry for CSA, not even close to enough. We'll see you all shortly for the second round. Before we get into the second round, I'd like to quickly give a shout out to our YouTube members. Your support is greatly appreciated as it helps the work that we do here now, including the work that I have planned for the future of this channel, which, believe me, we have big things coming along the way, regardless of how long that takes. If you want to get live streams of all the War of Rights broadcasts that we do, including an exclusive non-War of Rights broadcast on the weekly, consider becoming a YouTube member down below. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the second round. Here we are with the second round. As you can tell, it's a little woody here in the West Woods. Who would have thought? Server population right now is 271 thanks to the Russian Legion from balancing over from the CSA side to the Union side. Appreciate their help with that. Union right now up by 3 as a result. There's no artillery on this map, so the infantry in balance now only 2 in favor of the Union side. Union has a 14% ticket advantage on the map. The developers did not adjust the ticket balance change on the map. They only lowered the final push timer from 152 seconds to 132, so 20 less seconds for the Union side there. Union attack, they've got the 7th Michigan with the option of the Springfield 55 and the 61, and they have the 72nd Pennsylvania with the option of the Enfield and the Springfield 61. Meanwhile, the CSA defense, on the other hand, they have the 3rd South Carolina with the option of the Enfield and the Springfield 61. And the 1st North Carolina Sharpshooters with the option of the Springfield 55, Enfield, and the Whitworth. Those hexagonal bullets. Don't we love them? Maybe not. I don't know too much about them. But anyway. Just zooming out on this map briefly. CSA, it's a defensive map for them. Points kind of in the center of the map here, although historically CSA like to hold this left side. Union generally pushes there, which is why the CSA team is there. But it looks like Union is opting for the opposite side of the map. And it looks like they are capping point, just edging it. and CSA lines taking shots and backing off. Right side, you got 12th Virginia all the way over there, 42nd Pennsylvania and 30th Ohio to their left. Meanwhile, further over, you've got 7th Michigan with Hood's Division, Kentucky Outlaws, 30th North Carolina with the 11th Mississippi and the Irish Volunteer Brigade. Opposite side of things for the Union, Free States Brigade, they're the furthest forward right now of the Union lines, could be on point. Kind of on the back right side, though, you got the 3rd United States taking some shots and backing off. A Russian Legion mixed in with Hampton's Legion. And then you got Pickett's Brigade on the left side of that. Furthermore, Colquitt's Brigade and 1st Delaware looks like they're on the extreme left side, about to hit Midwest Brigade over here. So, Union team early caps, stop the black timer. Gold timer begins at 20 minutes since the CSA defenders are in battle ready.
Officer down.
So CSA's got 20 minutes to retake.
On our left, boys.
Union looks like they're holding on the point, so they're trying to force the CSA to charge them instead of the Union charge the CSA side. And if CSA is down on tickets upon retaking, which who knows if that'll be the case when we get there, but if that happens, they'll regain tickets and be even with the Union side. So, really no downside to early capping at the beginning of the round for the Union team here. Obviously, it varies on the map, but, you know, I don't mind early capping to start off a round. It gives you more time, right? Black timer's not moving down as all your goals defenders get the black timer down. It's not doing that right now. Good for the attackers. Basically extends the match for free. Now, it'll be intriguing to see how the CSA side wants to approach this. If they're going to try to charge, or if they're just going to sit on the edge of point and just try to outnumber the Union on the point to retake it. But even then, that brings everyone a little closer to each other, which means more people, assumedly, are killing each other, which is, again, good for the attackers who, unlike the previous round, have a ticket advantage of about the same amount, actually, 14%. So, does look like, though, 11 Mississippi is going to start pushing the pace. They're charging in with IVB.
Yep, right side, here they are. They're in us.
Right side. Oh, shit. They're charging the flag. They're everywhere. Oh, my God. It's like they got...
Как он здесь оказался? Атака сзади! Нас обошли! Они прошли!
So, CSA winning that charge out. More reinforcements of the Kentucky Outlaws moving in. Union's got reinforcements, though, pushing in as well.
We can win this.
I think my melee's done with them not getting the sound effect.
Watch northeast.
Stay together. Stay.
I got that. Time to grab your flag and run.
West, CQB West. Oh.
Foxton, pull back. Foxton, pull back.
So, in the end, Union team looks like they're going to hold out here. I don't even know how to say that name. It's Steve Felon. Oh, okay. Oh, he might have just gotten team killed. I think he did. But a shot does hit a flag down. Looks like actually there's still some more charging going on in the thick of it. Midwest Brigade moving in a little late on this whole thing, but they might clear out Union team. They knocked down 2 Union flags there, maybe a third. Although it does get picked up by Funkhauser. Immediately dropped, though. Another Union flag drop. So Union might have lost all 4 flags. Union respawns, though, starting to get involved. Hampton's Legion getting in there. Only a couple, though. They get dropped. So, yeah, Union down. What looks to be all 4 flags right now. CSA going to pick up their down flag. Retake the point. CSA slightly up on tickets. Here comes Russian Legion.
Ой, в смысле,
Every moment of the year.
Ой,
Ёбаный в рот.
So, CSA is slowly retaking it. They're starting to form up as well. Those flags have a 5-minute despawn timer for the Union team. So, Union's not going to get them back for 5 minutes. CSA holding in front of those flags to make sure Union guys can't just run up and get them. Not a bad idea on their part. But look at the result, right? Union stops the timer. They're going to stop it for about 4.5, 5 minutes. And both sides are down essentially 3/4 of a morale stage. Which, again, phenomenal for the attacking side here. Again, you knocked everyone down a significant amount of tickets with moving that time down basically nothing. So we'll see what the Union team tries to do again. Now, with the flags down, it could get a little dicey. But for all we know, a Union team could just try to run up right where they were again, pick up the flags, and then cap again and just run it back. 2 of those down flags have been picked up. CSA backs off the moment they retake, so Union's actually going to be able to recover them. So I'm going to assume the Union team, I mean, they're slightly down on tickets. Not terrible, though. I assume the Union team is just going to go up and cap again and then force the charge to happen again.
On the line, hitch out.
Dress that line. Move it up, move it up. Come on, press all, look left and right. Make sure we're shoulder to shoulder on the line. Let's go.
Hide in the bush. Hey, fellas, stay back here, buddy. Where you going? Where are you going? Now you go.
CSA, though, looks like they have a couple guys running through point here.
Oh, so much dead body.
On the new line.
Doug, you're in my way. I might accidentally shoot you.
Independent fire. Everything in front of you that you can see, HL.
I see shit.
CSA off point. It might have just been those couple Michigan guys running through the point is the reason why the point was being captured.
Couple to the left.
Zooming out, though, I mean, Union's about forming up where they were before. Most of the CSA teams setting themselves up on the Union right side here. Point. It looks like it's natural decay. There's a little... Yeah, it seems natural decay. It's slow enough. That red bar moving down. Union might just shoot this out till CSA hits engaged and then cap at that point too, just because instead of it being a 20-minute timer for CSA to retake, it'll be 12 minutes. And again, yeah, you gave yourself additional time here. 40 minutes with both sides being essentially at engage is phenomenal. You know, it'll be more like 36 minutes if the shootout continues this way, but who do you got over here for CSA? Union sees them.
Tear him up.
Midwest Brigade over here, 17th Michigan. Colquist Brigade, good sighting by them, gets the wipe, and actually it looks like Union's now slightly up. Those are not the type of things you want to happen in the woods. I mean, as a defender, you want to get a third to a half morale stage lead by the end of the match to feel good about yourself, especially in the woods just because of the chaos of all of it. Again, right, we saw last round the attacking side hit final push. We didn't see the defenders hit last stand, but the attacking side has infinite spawns, defenders don't, so in last stand anyways. So both sides hit the final stages at the same time. Huge advantage to the attacking side because they can keep spawning people in while the defenders, they die, they don't come back. So
One tick right or west. Let's go. I am a little higher than you think. The flag's right. One tick right.
CSA creeping around, so CSA hits engaged. CSA is getting really close to this Union line. Free States Brigade, 30 United States for Union over here. It's 11 Mississippi on the opposite side for CSA.
Look out, Rhino. You got enemies just to your right, buddy.
So 11 Mississippi backs off here.
Their flag is down.
Keep firing at that flag, southeast by.
Union's edging cap. Oh, now they're cap. Yeah, okay, so they were waiting for engaged. Assuming this is an actual cap. I mean, who do we got on it right now? Hampton's Legion's pushed up. Maybe some of the Pickett's Brigade stays there edging it. It's probably just Hampton's Legion here, though.
is
low.
about
Union hits
100
engaged
yards
as
ahead
well.
of you or less in the northwest.
Okay. See him right side now. Reload.
Nice.
Reload quickly.
So time's not really much of a factor anymore in this round. I mean, normally if you're a defender, you want to keep the black timer ticking down. It makes sense. You want the timer to go down to 0. But if a match becomes much more about tickets than time, it's not the worst thing for the attackers to early cap point. Obviously, again, you don't want it because you're giving the attackers more time to, you know, attack. Means less stress overall for an attacker because they have more time to figure out what they want to do or just change plan, right? Even if the attackers fail at something early on in the game, as long as they bring everyone's tickets down and it goes poorly for the attackers, they have a lot of time to adjust. So it's less stress for the attacker, but this battle is much more about tickets. So obviously if you're CSA, you want to retake as quickly as possible just so that, you know, Union doesn't hold for 11.5 minutes, or if it gets close to the goal timer being over, you don't want to put the stress on CSA to try to retake and then they make a bunch of mistakes and then lose, right? But CSA can afford a couple minutes here to see if they can try to find to get a lead. I mean, CSA was able to get a very slight ticket lead coming out of the previous counterattack because they just, for the most part, swung around the Union right side and slammed into them, which looks like they're starting to do again. 30th North Carolina pushing up 11 Mississippi. They're going in. Flores is anyways. He dies. He does not have the willpower of his men. Did not want to follow him in the battle.
Watch the left. They're pushing in. They're pushing.
Union actually pushing out a little bit here. A little bit of a trickle though. Union is gonna, I guess, prevail that in the end. Looks like 11 Mississippi was just waiting for more friendlies to show up. Flores just wanted to have a fun time by himself. Meanwhile, opposite side, 42nd Pennsylvania with 30th Ohio. Some 9th New York guys are pushing up, getting themselves on point. CSA has a noticeable lead now in the tickets.
Straight south, Nolan. Straight south.
Yeah, are they charging over here?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right side, right side. Oh no.
Press T, don't kill him.
Get the mixer. He's almost dead.
Kill them all! Kill them all! Kill him! Come on! Bash him!
Come on, bro. Come on.
I don't feel so good, gentlemen.
So in the end, CSA is going to win another charge. And the mistake the Union team is, I think, making is it got to zoom out next time to confirm, but Union has a line on point, and the CSA's crashing on one of the sides, and Union's not really reacting to that. Granted, the whole CSA team isn't collapsing on a flank. Some are still staying in front, but Union team looks like they're kind of being rolled over here almost. So CSA knocks down 3 Union flags. Another huge win for their part. They're up by, you know, almost a fourth of a stage now, so it's getting there. They're not retaking the point yet, though, fascinatingly. Maybe trying to bait. Oh, and as I say that, they get on point. Yeah. So, again, Union's actually up by 1 guy, so can't really point at that as the reason. What was the server count? Uh-oh.
Yeah, they're coming this
There's,
way.
I don't know why, but when I do OBS, as of late, if I switch between scenes too fast, it kind of freaks out.
Keep shooting them up. Just start picking targets.
So, we will get a great view of our frontline reporters here. Look at that. Beautiful shot by Morgan, for sure hit there. And then we'll cut to the opposite side as well. With Kempson there. Right by one of those downed Union flags. And it looks like he just dinked and dunked on someone. So, CSA retakes. A couple of the Union guys pushing forward here and there. Looking at the server population now, 265. That was the number. I didn't look at it a moment ago, but nonetheless, CSA still holding an aggressive position here. Now, remember the previous time they retook the point and then fell back. This time they're not. Union down 3 flags. So, I wonder if the CSA team is like, we have a ticket lead, let's push this a little bit. Because, right, even though the attackers have an advantage in tickets, this shootout could technically favor the CSA side, just because if a Union guy dies for 3/4 of the Union team, he's got to spawn back here. Which, it's not that far from the Union team, but I mean, a guy has to wait in the respawn screen for up to 20 seconds for that respawn wave to go, and then he's got to put his bayonet and get his load, assuming they put bayonets on. Usually they do, so that's another 30 seconds. Get up to the wall, 10 seconds, right? And, I mean, you have these kind of... Union just is slowly whittled down as guys are spawning in and trying to get back up. Now, you have some Union guys on the far side trying to get a flank. CSA pick up on it. Another Union regiment actually pushing forward, trying to get the flag. It's Colquitt's brigade. And they charge in.
Yes, we're getting this flag.
Protect the flag, protect the flag. Get the flag out,
But they get the flag out in the end. There's going to be some nice tickets for the CSA to get. CSA ticket lead is growing to about a third of a stage. Which is where you want it to be for CSA. The fact that it's this early in the match, very good for CSA, could grow it even more. But again, Union has time to adjust. Again, the glory, in my opinion, of coming of... Wow, I am just wording that terribly. I said glory, and then I'm like, what's the next word do I say here? And then it just went downhill from there. Now I forgot what I was going to say originally. The greatest broadcasting here on the Battleline Network. Glad to bring it to you live here on the ever-changing battlefield here of Westwoods in 1862.
Break it off, boys.
I can't imagine.
Break it off, just go double.
I mean, there's obviously reenactments in real life, but it'd be very cool if we could teleport back that far and get like actually drone footage of a fight just to watch it happen. Obviously, war not a good thing. The carnage not good, of course, right? But it'd just be interesting to see. Because like reenactments, I mean, I need to go to a reenactment at some point. I just live in an area where there's not really any of them, or it's too far away. But I almost wonder what the largest reenactment size was for the American Civil War. It's got to be some Gettysburg thing.
Nope, I ain't got a clue. I'm just firing blindly.
Let's ask AI largest American Civil War reenactment.
Is that a friendly out there running across?
Yeah, that's a friendly.
Reenactor. Oh, okay.
Who goes there?
But Union at least continued to shoot out. The flags have either despawned or Union picked them up. With that, CSA back off. And Union will probably push into the woods again. Alright. Let's see. According to Grok, the 135th anniversary reenactment of the Battle of Gettysburg in 1998 is widely regarded as the largest American Civil War reenactment by number of participants. Estimates for reenactment numbers at that event typically range from 15 to 20,000, with some first-hand or detailed accounts saying 23,000, including 700 cavalry and 135 cannon.
Oh, fire, BB.
Oh, BB.
That's a good amount.
Come on, George, way!
He said the hell with it.
But I mean, even like 10,000 is a lot of people, and that's phenomenal. That'd be cool. There's probably video of it somewhere. So I mean, even compare that to an actual battle. That's you know, it could be a smaller number for like just like Battle of Gettysburg. Just I don't know, just to see that many people on that many sides, or on the two sides fighting in big battle lines. I don't know. It'd be phenomenal. When I did marching band in college, it's like band was like 400, 300, 400, I think it was, something like that. And we had parade practice, and they only had like 150, 200 people marching in a track. It just looked so cool. There's just something satisfying about it when people march in sync, and there's a lot of them doing it. I don't know, it's cool. So Union team's getting set up. again, they have plenty of time. Time is not really a factor in this match anymore. It's going to come down to who can win out on tickets. And CSA's put themselves so far in a nice position. Union, though, plenty of time to work it back. CSA has to continue what they've been doing. Now, the question is, will the Union team try to early cap again, or if they're going to go crazy with it? Looks like they're starting to push up now. Union could make this a shootout if they want. They have the time. They can charge. I mean, again, the opportunities are endless. The choices, infinite. Not really, but really are. You have as most choices you ever will. So right now, Union team pushing up. They're not on point. That's just a natural decay. 42nd Pennsylvania is pushed forward for CSA, the farthest forward group.
Pop up, blast him. Make it count. Don't fuck up. Wait till you see somebody clean.
Nice cover area here.
Wait till you see somebody clean. Close to that tree. Hey, fuck you, Stinky.
You stink. I could smell you over the hill.
Yeah, so for now, Union's just getting the shootout going.
You guys stink.
We got men on our left.
Flag at northwest.
The Union first in the taking losses. CSA going to follow probably within the next couple of minutes. I hear someone saying north. Colquitt's Brigade, Hampton's Legion shifting. 17th Michigan's backing up 42nd Pennsylvania here as Colquitt's Brigade and 1st Delaware get up and put pressure. 42nd PA is wrapping around the side.
Coming in.
Stay together. Yeah. Brace left.
Do we come to chops?
Graham, no! I'm sorry, Graham!
That's a dangerous position for a CSA flag to be.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. Sorry.
17th Michigan looks like they charged in as well. CSA dropped and taking losses as a result. Union counter pushes this. That CSA flag dangerously forward gets dropped. And Union are pushing through the point right now, on top of it capturing. Meanwhile, the opposite side of the field, you'll wonder if CSA is going to try to push on this front. 30th North Carolina, at least the most forward group here.
Let's go other line first.
Union turns around, though, right into him. Man, it's just charging everywhere in the woods.
Stab that guy reloading. What's he doing?
Oh, watch out for the
Boy Wonder trying to go through and get that flag.
Watch out for Rambos. That's friendly.
Well done, man.
Big shot here by the Big D. Aww.
They got that flag, and there's a line right there.
Boy Wonder able to get the flag out. 42nd Pennsylvania pushing through. Still have some CSA alive on the other side. I think 42nd Pennsylvania maybe trying to push up because their flag is here, but they're going to continue pushing up.
Enemy. How did you fucking miss the zero rail like 5 times in a row? Right beside the killing yourself.
Brace it left.
God damn, I feel bad for him. Oh, I missed that too.
Brace the shot.
Brace.
Watch that officer. Brace it.
Do not charge.
Second wave. Oh, please don't push up by yourself. Or do. That works as well. Stupid little rat fucks. Keep pushing us, you dumb cunt.
Stay in line.
Fucking knocks, dude. Yeah, I have got some. Come on, push me, you fucking dick.
Aww.
Push him. You won't, no balls. Oh, what's up, dude? I have a sword.
Alright, you got the officer. Look at that. Union team getting up. I mean, they are holding the charges there pretty well. Both sides very close to breaking here. If Union captures point at that time, they win the game. And so they're very close to the CSA, who had a good ticket lead earlier, has now essentially vanished. Union holding really well in those charges there that occurred. I mean, CSA just kind of got defeated in detail, what we've seen from the Union team for most of this match. Union team got hit on the flank, got wrapped around and crushed, whereas in the past charge a moment ago, like you had 42nd Pennsylvania loop it around the far side. Union hit that, beat that, counter pushed that. The rest of the CSA team kind of didn't get involved. Then they pushed forward, and Union turned around and hit them and won. And then 42nd Pennsylvania went in again, maybe trying to get their flag back, but they went in and got wiped. Some more CSA joined them, and you know, Union gets a string of wins here. Tickets have basically evened out. CSA still slightly ahead, essentially even though. But it puts Union in a very good position right now. Again, a lot of time for them. Union can shoot this out in the next 24.5 minutes if they want to, or they could try to charge, capture point, and win. Really, no reason for them to early cap at this point. Again, as we kind of mentioned last round, when the roles flip, Union would become the defenders, CSA would become the attackers. And Union is very easily hit last stand. If that happened, if Union early capped and CSA taking loss of 7 minutes on the gold timer there, 7 minutes is enough time to hit Union down a morale stage in a quarter, which is what it'd be at right now. So, at least for now, Union's continuing the shootout. If they did probably do a team charge, both sides would definitely hit into breaking. That would probably happen. So they could push it if they want to, however, or not for now. I mean, actually, just zooming out here, a lot of the fighting where we've been looking is on that traditional side of the map where you usually see the fighting, which is Union, right, CSA, left. Midwest Brigade has a nice little play here, right? Because they're so close to breaking, the Union team is going to want to capture point, obviously, to win. But CSA here, Midwest Brigade with Hood here.
So says, I guess, Wolves and Troves.
They are keeping that point fully capped. It makes it twice as hard or twice as long of a capture time for the Union team. Holy crap, Rip Hood. Someone just got a nice shot. I think that was LGX replay the 5th. Not that guy, though. So, usually, you haven't really seen it as much as of late, but in this instance, Union would normally send a couple guys on the point to try to early cap. But again, this is a campaign, right? Someone might be trying to draw casualties here, make it bloody so it hurts the tokens on the campaign board. And so Union might not try to win right away if they're feeling like they can end up winning the match, but maybe dealing more casualties. Again, don't know the specifics of that campaign table top, as that is too much time to spend on this. I mean, what, already recording 6 war rights events? If this was a full-time thing, then, you know, definitely consider it. But nonetheless, Union pushing up onto the point. Their whole team shifting this way. Now, CSA is going to have a question. Do they want to push in to charge Union to keep Union off the point and hit breaking, or do they want to hold back and hope Union early caps? And then they could try to hit Union in the last stand. But alas, 42nd Pennsylvania pushes up the point. They make that decision for their team. They're holding on top of the point. Union numbers start to overwhelm, though. Meanwhile, as 42nd Pennsylvania acts as a distraction, the rest of the CSA team running up the Union right like we saw at the beginning of the round. Union line starting to shift on the back right side of your screen there.
Nice shot. Watch out, contrary balls.
So Union looks like they're holding. CSA still got some numbers on points from multiple sides. Huge flanking push from 12th Virginia and 42nd Pennsylvania here. Union turns around.
You're not picking that flag up. Get the flag. Really nice job.
Union, pick up your flag. It's right here, Union. Union, pick up your flag. Union, pick up your flag. Union.
And that huge flanking push there really solidifies the CSA victory here. 3 Union flags down as a result. But again, plenty of time. Union slightly up on tickets. And I mean, that's the thing. Union could sit in their main spawn, wait for 5 minutes for the flags to despawn, and then push up again if they wanted to. But, I mean, based on the way they've been playing the round, I assume they would go in. Now, it'll be intriguing to see where the CSA team wants to try to hold their defensive line. Now, they're more likely to hold on point just due to the fact that if Union takes, they win the game. And it looks like there are actually 4 Union flags are down. My apologies. So it looks like CSA is going to hold up in front of them, which is not a terrible idea.
12th PA, babysit these flags.
I second that motion. That guy said there's no flags up in there by pressing tab.
That's fascinating. All right. Okay. So what someone just mentioned, right, is you can see if, like, the ranks of everyone. You can see the officers. You can see what kind of NCO they are. Sergeant, Sergeant Major, right? Corporal. You can also see if someone has a flag picked up. And if you scroll, you see the CSA, like Full Bull here from Mississippi, he has a flag. Union does not have a flag marker on any of their things. And, I mean, I've looked at this in the past. Historically, like, been like, oh, does this company have a flag bearer? Yes or no? But I haven't heard, and maybe this does happen, it's just not said in game, but whoever said that in game, that's a good thought. I've never actually, like, I don't know. I've always thought, like, oh yeah, that makes sense, you know. You can see who has a flag picked up or not, but the fact that opponents can use it to tell how many flags you have up, that is smart. I mean, when I hit T here, that's when the HUD display normally will turn on. I have some things turned on all the time, though, like the compass up top. But when we hit T, right, as a spectator, we can see both sides' officers and if a flag is down. Now, CSA can't see these flag markers that we can see here. Union can see those flag markers. So, using the scoreboard there, pretty good idea. Just solidifies the choice there. And it looks like Union has made that decision to just sit in their spawn for 5 minutes. So, we got about another 3 minutes of this. At that point, those flags will despawn. Union team. And then make a push up again. And it makes sense for the Union team here. You got the time, might as well use it. It's going to be a longer match, though, that's for sure. Not a bad thing. Depends on who you ask.
Some volley shot. Very nice. Good shit, boys. Keep it up. Third US, hold fire and reload. Third US, hold fire and reload.
We'll see, though. Started playing Elden Ring today. It's fascinating. I've been trying to beat all the single-player games in my lobby, or in my Steam library. Because I bought the games off a whim, and I'm like, I need to play them. Otherwise, why would I spend the money? Only mentioned that. That's probably what I'm going to be doing after this. We got to finish the game. It's the last game Elden Ring is. What games did I have in there? I think I had the Star Wars, like Fallen Order or something like that. The second game in that single-player Jedi game. Beat that. Beat Cyberpunk. Beat Kingdom Come Deliverance. Beat Skyrim. Granted, didn't do much of the side quests in that because I didn't care too much for the lore of it. I wasn't really dug into it. Still a fun game, doing the main storyline, which surprisingly wasn't that long. Now we're doing Elden Ring, the beast of them all. I suck at those games. You know, you sit and you play War of Rights. I don't know about play War of Rights, but at least I just really this is most of the gaming I do is this, and it's mostly strategy games. Or roguelikes like Slay the Spire 2. Not really quick with it, so when I play games like Counter-Strike with those, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Flags have despawned.
So both sides even on tickets. Flags are going to start despawning for the Union side here. Yep, there's one. At least one. But all the markers are down. The question is, CSA is still kind of pushing forward and staying up here. They're very spread out. Union Volley there knocks down 3. Fact that tickets are even, still a good sign here. I mean, yeah, it's basically even. So it'll just be a question of when's the Union team going to push up. You got Free States Brigade wrapping around with conscripted Virginia Army wrapping around the CSA on the left side there.
Shift to right, give me shift to right.
Maybe Union's also thinking if CSA is going to stay up here and engage, might as well keep shooting them out because the tickets are fairly even, although they are starting to at least a little shifting further and further to this right side here. CSA decently spread out though.
Jam.
Smashing volleyball.
They're having fun with volleys too. You don't see that too often. So we'll see, because I mean, I don't know if Union realized, man, if Union just punched on one of the sides, I mean, I guess CSA is getting probably some nice angles. I mean, who do you got where? Where's Waldo? Except, what regiment do we have where? 42nd Pennsylvania on this right side there. Trying to push up a little bit. 30th North Carolina, some 12th Virginia here as well. They're creeping up on the Union left side, maybe waiting for them to push forward, or again, just getting side shots.
Online. Take end online.
Well, they hit the 2 Union guys there. Yeah.
Break glass in case of emergency.
But they will be noticed as a result. It's going to kind of happen, though. 7th Michigan Hoods Division, Kentucky Outlaws in the center of the CSA line. And then left side looks like you got the left of Garland's brigade here. And furthermore, 11 Mississippi is off on the left side. Union continuing the shootout even with their flags back. I mean, it actually, you know, I said it was fairly even. It still is. CSA, though, looks like they're getting a slight lead out of this, though. Which, it's not that much, though. It's not the worst ticket lead for the attackers. I mean, anyways, I kind of worded that like Union had a ticket lead. They don't. You know, it's not a 3rd and a half morale stage. That's when it would be concerning for the attacker, but this is not that bad. Union's starting to group up. And here they go. So they're going to hit final push during this push. It is going to force the timer down to a couple minutes left. The question is, will they hit CSA to last stand?
Hell yeah.
Nice shot on the offshore there, Hayden. CSA and Union hit their final stages at the same time. 2 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock. Union winning on the extreme right side. CSA winning the center. If CSA dies, they don't come back. If you were dead when you hit last stand, you spawn back at main. So CSA's got a wave. But is it enough manpower for the time. I don't know. That seems unlikely.
Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. They're behind us.
Multiple flags are down, although these are both CSA flags.
Hey, to the northeast, to the northeast.
We're not northeast, we're safe west. We are safe west.
What's up with that?
Shit.
The Union on point get curb stomped through, but the whole CSA team was pushing up in that. Where are the Union flags? So, Union flags were held back for that. Now they're pushing in. 1 minute left on the clock. CSA side has to have more bodies on point when the clock hits 0. If they do, they win the game. Union obviously needs to wipe all the CSA beforehand, capture the point, or have more bodies on the point when the clock hits 0 to force an overtime. And at that point, they'll probably win if they force an overtime. But here comes Union. Union team starting to break through it though. CSA still has some numbers on point and they are dwindling.
Keep holding here, guys. Keep holding on carpet. Hold here, guys. Hold here, hold here.
Make sure you are capturing. Make sure you're capturing.
And Union fully wiped CSA. That's going to end the round there. Good win on the Union part. I mean, Union had a fairly simple strategy going into the round. They were going to early cap that point, stop the timer, give themselves more time by forcing charges or a long shootout in the counterattack. They did it twice. CSA kind of got themselves a good lead, though, but through some charges after that second counterattack, CSA a little spread out. Union took advantage, and Union was able to even the tickets out. Another charge gives CSA maybe a slight lead. Shootout commences. Union picks up the flags after that, and they just charge and win the game. So, I mean, CSA had a fine defense, but they had to play perfect, and they didn't. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, go beneath the video, hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all of the War of Rights broadcasts we do, and an exclusive non-War of Rights broadcast on the weekly. If you're playing in this match, send me a link to your perspective, and we can place that in the pinned comment of the video. If you want to sponsor our broadcast, consider checking out the Patreon in the description as well. But nonetheless, appreciate you watching. It means the world. God bless. Have a wonderful rest of your night.